Day happen. Is Tanetta here yet? Great, Tanetta, excellent. Thank you to Debbie, you, also Susan. Where's Susan? Thank you. Not Carmenucci yet. I'm going to get to you. Susan Flata. Sarah. I was testing to see if you knew your name this morning.
I do.
Right.
It's early, but
Jenny Collier and the VCU team, thank you. Of course, Tony Williams and Senior Connections and the Choral Group, great. Thank you for being here. We look forward to hearing you all. Timothy Grimes, thanks for making sure that Councilwoman Graziano will be here this morning. Michael Winborn, my Human Services colleague, who gave us this wonderful space. Of course, the mayor's team, Leila Jefferson, Tamika, Kimberly Cowell made it all happen, and Mike Wallace, Office of the Press Secretary with Tyler. So it always is a team effort. Sometimes we get so caught up in giving a presentation, we forget to give everyone their credit. So thank you once again. You all know what today is about. Today is about recognizing who? You can say me. Recognizing who? Okay, recognizing the power of national service, even in the city of Richmond, which is phenomenal. So with that, thank you. Please help me now welcome to the podium Mayor Dwight C. Jones.
Thank you, Paul, and let's give Paul a round of applause for leading our work in Richmond for volunteers. And I'm very happy to be able to welcome you all to the Mayor's Day of Recognition of Service. It's an important day. We do it every year, and it's really an opportunity for us to express gratitude and thanks to those who give so unselfishly of their time and service to make Richmond the great city that it is. We're happy to be in the 4th District. Kathy Graziano is our council person here. Let's give her a round of applause. Kathy does a great job. She has served unselfishly for many years, and we thank her for her service to the city. I want to thank our neighbor-to-neighbor operation, Paul, and the work that you do, and the AmeriCorps volunteers, the VISTA volunteers, the senior volunteers. I'm struck by the youth who are in the audience today, and that is encouraging to me because you're learning at an early age the importance of giving back and the importance of making sure that you understand that government cannot do it alone, that it requires the hands and the efforts of individuals who work behind the scenes to get things done. I met some young ladies this morning from VCU who are tutoring, who are working in the schools. It's unsung work, but somebody needs to do it, and it does make a difference. And we've all found that the key to this thing is in realizing that we go to help somebody else, but at the end of the day, we feel really good about what we do, right?
Yes.
It makes us feel good because we're able to help somebody, and that help makes a big difference. If we were to add up all of the hours that you give, we did a compilation and it came to about $2.5 million that we'd have to pay in order to get the service that we get from all of the work that you do just right here. And so I'm glad to be a part of this Mayor's Day of Recognition. I'm joining 3,000 mayors from around the country who are doing this today somewhere in their particular localities. And certainly we want in Richmond to be a part of that. Richmond is a resurgent city. We're growing. The region, I see people from Henrico here, we're growing. The region is becoming stronger. But be clear, it's becoming stronger because of the people who are in it and the people who are doing unselfish acts of kindness that make this city a great place. Muhammad Ali said that service is the rent we pay for our space here on earth. Now, I never knew that Muhammad Ali was a great philosopher, but that's pretty true.
Yes, it is.
And I think that we can all agree that that's the rent we pay for our space here on earth. Now, I want to apologize in advance because I'm on to another event, but I have a proclamation. Well, there it is. I thought I had it. And who am I going to present it to, Paul?
You'll present it to Tanetta and
Okay.
the state, CNCS.
All right, Tanetta. And so this is a proclamation that we want to present to you on behalf of the city. And whereas service to others is a hallmark of the American character and central to how we meet our challenges, the nation's cities are increasingly turning to national service and volunteerism as a cost-effective strategy to meet the city needs. AmeriCorps, Senior Corps address the most pressing challenges facing us in the 21st century. National service expands economic opportunity by creating more sustainable, resilient communities. AmeriCorps and Senior Corps participants serve in more than 50,000 locations across the country, bolstering the civic, neighborhood, and faith-based organizations that are there. National service participants increase the impact of the organizations they serve. They represent a unique public-private partnership. Participants demonstrate commitment, dedication, and patriotism by making an intensive commitment to service, commitment that remains with them in their future endeavors. So whereas the Corporation for National and Community Service shares a priority with county officials and mayors nationwide to engage citizens, improve lives, and strengthen communities, it is joining with the National League of Cities, the National Association of Counties, the Cities of Service, and mayors and county officials across the country for the Mayors and County Recognition Day for National Service, April 5th, 2016. The Corporation for National and Community Service shares a priority with mayors nationwide. Now, therefore, I, Dwight C. Jones, Mayor of the City of Richmond, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, April 5th, Mayor and County Recognition Day for National Service. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Jones. Thank you. So next we'll have to the podium Councilwoman Kathy Graziano, who serves as the 4th Council District Councilperson. Please welcome her to the stage. And Kathy did say earlier she'd be willing to sing a song, but I told her we didn't have enough time for that, so she's going to give great remarks. So Kathy, come on.
You don't want to hear me sing, I gotta do that one. Just welcome everybody. I want to welcome a special welcome to everybody to the 4th District, which now the mayor's gone. It's the best district in the city. And I'm really excited that you're all here at our community center and hope you get to spend some time in our 4th District, whether it's in James River Park or at Target. Make yourself comfortable. I just want to say, first of all, I want to thank AmeriCorps for their service. We're lucky to have those 2 volunteers. I know that AmeriCorps, actually I looked it up today, and AmeriCorps provides 75,000 volunteers a year, which is pretty awesome. And we're pretty lucky to get 2 of them, so thank you very much. And I wanted to say something. It's tough to follow the mayor because he covered everything I was going to say. However, to me, volunteers are essential to our community. They make a good community, a great community. There are all kinds of volunteering. We have one citizen who went out and planted trees on Cherokee Road, so the road would be more appealing to the eye as you drove by. You have friends groups like Southampton School, where they have done a garden for the children who are in that school. You have James River Park. We wouldn't have a park if it were the greatest park in the country, in the city, with a river running right through the city. We wouldn't even have that park if we didn't have volunteers. Volunteers are essential. We have volunteers mentoring in schools. As a matter of fact, I'm going to school today to mentor. We have volunteers who do Meals on Wheels, Boys and Girls Club. Volunteering, and you can see by this group, is for all ages. Young people are great volunteers, but how do I put this? Those who have reached maturity, like myself, are also a viable source for volunteering, and they bring great experience to the community. Volunteering is a way to give back to the community. And not only is volunteering a way to give back to the community, but it's a way to make yourself feel like you've made a difference, like you've changed something, like you've made your community a better place for everybody to live. The opportunities for volunteering are limitless. And all we need to do, whether it's an hour a week, a day a week, or 5 days a week, there are many opportunities to volunteer. And I don't have to encourage this group, but I encourage groups where I go to volunteer. And I want to thank all the volunteers who are here today for all their time they have given to our community, to make our community just the awesome place that it is. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. And I think you all, we can get so much in a rut that we get used to the convenience and the comforts that we have in America. There's no other nation like us for many different reasons, and one reason is because of our philanthropic giving. It's amazing what we do as a nation. You know, we're in almost every country in the world giving, serving, and it's very unique. So you all make a big difference. You know, as Kathy said and the mayor said, there are many kids in the city that are impacted by you all, many seniors that are impacted by you all, so thank you. Next, so Tanetta, you were just up, and you get to come up again. Please welcome Tanetta Darden. She's the Virginia State Program Director for Corporation for National Community.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I am so excited to be here. We are always on the other end of the computer, and we don't get an opportunity to just say thank you. Nice to meet you. So on behalf of the Corporation for National Community Service, the Virginia State Office, Wendy Spencer, our CEO, we'd like to just thank you for your service today. I'm excited to be able to serve with you later on this afternoon. And what I'd like to do is just acknowledge the projects. So when I call the project name, if you can just let me know you're here. Caritas. VCU America Reads. Senior Connections RSVP. Senior Connections FGP. Virginia Mentoring Partnership. And then, is there anyone from Virginia Housing Coalition? Yes.
Virginia Housing Alliance.
Virginia Housing Alliance, thank you for the name change. Thank you. So as I look around the room, I know that service is a successful strategy for changing lives and improving our communities. Thank you for all the hours that you serve, tutoring our children, serving at a homeless shelter, collecting food and donations for families in need. I just want to say we appreciate all of your efforts. We thank you for your time. And we look forward to continuing to make service, as this is the 4th annual Mayor and County Day Recognition Day, but we look forward to many, many more. And you are a part of the great work that has been done and continues to be done, not across Virginia, but across this country. So thank you very much. Have a great day.
So Mayor Jones gave a monetary or dollar value to the service of AmeriCorps Vistas in the central Richmond or Richmond City. Anyone remember what that dollar amount is?
1 million is
1 million?
2.8.
2.5 million. That far exceeds the average budget of most, just an average nonprofit, even small business. So this is a major impact. That's just in the city of Richmond, not Henrico, Chesterfield, etc. So major impact, major value. So next up we have to the podium a Vista member, Mercedes Buck. Is Mercedes here? Mercedes? She's with the Virginia Mentoring Partnership. Yeah.
Good morning. My name is Mercedes Buck, and I serve as a Vista member through Virginia Mentoring Partnership. And my host site is Henrico Heroes Mentoring Program, where I'm a mentor coordinator, and that's to 11 elementary schools throughout Henrico County Public Schools. I'm originally from New York City, but I did live in Richmond, Virginia for 2 years as a child before moving back to New York City. I learned about AmeriCorps as I was transitioning from corporate America into becoming a teacher. While searching online for jobs, I came across the mentor coordinator position with Henrico Heroes Mentoring Program. Of course, I was a little nervous about volunteering, and I wondered how I would be able to pay my bills and how I could eat out, and my lifestyle would change. But I contacted Virginia Mentoring Partnership and asked questions, and after they explained to me what it meant to be a Vista and all the amazing work that Henrico Heroes was doing in the community, all of my worries seemed to go away, and I knew that it was my purpose to serve as a Vista. Over the past 5 months, not only have I grown professionally, but I also received confirmation on many occasions that I'm serving my purpose in life. I founded a nonprofit organization 3 years ago, and originally when I applied to be a Vista, I thought that may be considered as a conflict of interest, but I was wrong. My direct supervisor, Mrs. Spurlock, motivates me to be great in all aspects of life, and she encouraged encourages me to be my best. Virginia Mentoring Partnership, they support us as Vistas, and they do that by providing trainings and networking opportunities in the community. They're even there to answer random questions like, where can I find something cheap to eat on a Tuesday night? So I appreciate that. And service to me means stepping out of your comfort zone, accepting challenges, and being willing to face the stories of reality that those in need go through. And doing all of that without seeking a reward. My most memorable experience was actually about 2 weeks ago. We hosted a carnival-themed field trip for 70 students in elementary schools. So to see their faces light up and see them having a blast was what hit home for me. It made me know that I was doing what I was here meant to do. Actually, I feel that you should do what you love. You have to do what makes you happy in life. And it only takes a few moments to complete a service project, but those few moments can actually be the best few moments of someone else's life. So I encourage you to continue doing what you're doing, and thank you for all that you do, and thank you for having me as a part of the team.
Thank you very much. So we've got this spectrum, right? We've got youth and we have more mature youth. And so next we're going to have two representatives from Senior Corps. First, Gloria Butler. She's a foster grandparent volunteer. Is Gloria here?
Yes.
Great. Now, if I said please welcome Beyonce to the podium, because so far you all's applause for each other has been kind of, oh, I'm tired and sleepy. So welcome Miss Butler to the podium.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Gloria Butler. I've been with the program with the Senior Connections and the Foster Grandparent Program for 5 years. It's been a very enlightening event. I retired in 2000. Okay, I've worked all my life. Not really, all my life. So I came home. I stayed home 6 months. I said, okay, Gloria, I'm used to working. What are you going to do? I don't knit. I don't crochet. Nor do I do quilting. There are a few accomplishments that I do, and I do very well. That's being married, 57 years, one man. 3 sons, 1 daughter. Oh, God, 11 grandsons, 4 granddaughters, and all my grandsons are married, plus 32 great-grands. So, what I do well, I keep myself up, keep myself going, and I love children. I look for something to do so it wouldn't be a job. And then I found out in life that if you enjoy what you do, it's not a job. I go to school, I do pre-K. Right now, I'm with All Saints Private Catholic School. And not only do I mentor the children, they mentor me. You know, they give me something to look forward to. I've never in my 73 years ever seen people call children who are actually adults. For instance, one little girl told me, and these are pre-K, is when I go, I know everything. Okay, you're 6 years old. You learn a little something from me. I've lived my life. But it's a very rewarding experience. And I encourage anyone who retired, who don't want to sit home, get old, rock in a chair, and die, do something to help someone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Butler. And again, today is a time of learning and encouragement, okay? We have people coming up not because they're greater than you or vice versa, but to hear someone's story to possibly motivate you. All of us might get stuck at some point in our life. We might get depressed, we might feel like giving up. In this large group, there's someone who's not feeling that great. Ms. Butler's words are words of encouragement. No matter where you are in life, you can always dare to step out and do something different, not just about you, but to serve other people. Someone I love very, very dearly said this once: "It is more blessed to give than to what? Receive." It's very true. Many of us never experience that blessing because we never actually give. We always take, take, take. But to give of time, talent, treasure, it's rewarding. So next up we have Ms. Kathy Tatum. She is with the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. Please welcome her.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I don't have a whole lot to say, but it's exciting to be able to volunteer to do something that you love to do anyway, and to realize that there is a need and a purpose for something that you can offer. I volunteer with Senior Connections in the choral group. And some people, I tell people that, and it's like, well, I thought you'd be feeding people. I do that too on occasions, or giving out stuff at Monroe Park. I do that too sometimes. But it is fascinating to be a part of a group that intentionally is looking for a seasoned person. To give us some life in knowing that we're still worthwhile, we're still energetic. I'm not quite strapped to a wheelchair or anything right now, but it is very rewarding. We spend a lot of time doing participating in community programs like this one, but most of our activities are out in the community, at the nursing homes, at senior residences, where we are in contact with older people who may not be fortunate enough to be able to get out and do the things that we do. And the whole thing is that we bring back memories. We remind people of what they used to do when they were out there cutting the rug, as they say. And I get the biggest kick out of being on a program, and it says, the Senior Connections Choral Group, and they know automatically you're 60 and over. A bunch of old people, what can they be singing? And as one man said one time, he says, what are you going to sing? We're tired of church hymns, because that's what they expect us to sing. And we get a lot of enjoyment out of introducing ourselves, and Tony strikes up the keyboard, and we're singing, my girl, talk about my girl. So we love what we do. We are a group of friends, and we inform the community about Senior Connections and all of the services that they perform for the general public. And I enjoy what I do. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So next to the podium we have Ms. Elizabeth Childress. She is the chair of the Governor's Advisory Board on Volunteers in the National Service. So please welcome her to the podium.
Good morning. I will not be singing. Truly setting an example for how individuals can make an enormous impact through leadership, teamwork, and compassion. On behalf of Governor McAuliffe and the Commonwealth of Virginia, I thank you for your service, and I look forward to the incredible things I'm sure you'll accomplish in your future.
So next up we have Mr. Michael Hicks. He is an AmeriCorps member. He's with Caritas's work program. Please welcome Mr. Hicks to the podium.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's an honor and a privilege to be here this morning. The mayor talked on the power of national service this morning, and I'm a product of that, and I get to give back today. I'm a recovering alcoholic and an addict, and addiction took me places in my life where I lost everything. I lost my family, everything I own. And I came to the Caritas organization in July of 2013, suffering from heroin addiction. And it was there where I felt the love of AmeriCorps members and other staff members that helped me love myself. I never knew who I was, and it was that's that power, that power of something that had me in the grips so hard that I didn't know anything else in the end, brought me back to life. And I mean, not just like, you can live, and I mean, you can really live. You know what I mean? You can live, and it comes from the inside, and I got the understanding of that. And that's the power of national service. Because today, after going through that program, I'm a part of the Works program, where I'm an AmeriCorps member, and it's a workforce development program before these individuals go back out into society. They have that understanding of value in their lives and where they're going to make a mark in the world, And I'm able to do that today. I'm able to give that to them because I'm a product of what was so freely given to me. And something happens when you're able to give somebody that understanding. Something happened. You're not just talking about it. You've been through it. And I'm thankful for the opportunity with AmeriCorps and being able to do that. It brings life to me. And moving forward, it's also given me the opportunity to go out into this world, in this nation, and make a mark. And I know in my heart that it's going to happen, and that's a direct result from what's been given to me through AmeriCorps. Thank you.
Let's reiterate, today is not just about celebrating what you do and helping uplift other people. This is about today's event, this recognition ceremony is about hopefully you can be uplifted in your own heart.
Amen.
Again, a lot of us go through a lot of things on a daily basis, and other people would be shocked because we are so resilient. But what a great example of you can always go to higher ground in life, always. And that's what's so great about this nation. And as we watch even these people want to be elected, we've got to remind them it's we the people. And we need to call them into account that we the people, this is what we want for this nation. So again, Michael, thank you. Thank you. So next up we have Life After AmeriCorps. Please welcome to the podium Abigail Hanks, Virginia Department of Social Services.
As Paul just said, I'm Abby Hanks, and I'm with the Virginia Department of Social Services in the Office of Volunteerism and Community Service, and I'm currently a program consultant, and I'm just finishing my first year of employment. Last year, at about this time, I am where many of you are now. I was finishing my year of service, in my case as a VISTA member, and I was wondering what would come next, and also wondering how I could use the great experience and lessons that I learned from my national service year to make to a future employer and making it work as I entered the work world. I was trying to figure out how I could make a future employer understand that a year of service was not just an admirable thing, but a life-changing growth experience that has made me a much better job candidate. When I thought about all the key benefits that I got out of my VISTA year, I thought about the valuable professional skills such as teamwork, leadership, and public speaking, the organizational skills, and the practice with event planning. Also a knowledge and appreciation for some of the most pressing problems facing people across the Commonwealth. I gained experience working with diverse people from across Virginia and expanded my professional network. And most of all, I developed a deeper understanding of my personal role as a citizen and a volunteer. But as we all transition to the working world, how are our national service experiences interpreted by employers who may not understand or be familiar with national service? It was in 2014 that President Obama recognized the benefits of hiring national service alumni. And I quote President Obama, "If you're an employer who wants to hire talented, dedicated, patriotic, skilled, tireless, energetic workers, look to AmeriCorps and look to the Peace Corps. Citizens who perform national service are special, and you want them on your team." This was the start of a new initiative called Employers of National Service. This is a group of companies, nonprofits, and governments who recognize the special value of national service. They include for-profit companies like Comcast and Disney, nonprofits such as the American Red Cross and United Way Worldwide, and governments at the local, state, and federal level. Most important to me was the state of Virginia. Last February, Governor McAuliffe was proud to designate Virginia as the first state in the nation to be an employer of national service. For me, my experience with national service as a VISTA member, plus Virginia's commitment to the Employer of National Service Initiative helped me get to where I am today, holding a great job as a program consultant working with anti-poverty programs across the Commonwealth. I hope you'll check out the Employers of National Service Initiative on the CNCS website as you get ready to turn your year of service into paid employment. The other piece of Life After AmeriCorps that I want to remind everyone of is the lifelong commitment to service. On my first day of training at VISTA PSO, pre-service orientation, we took a pledge. And one line of that pledge was, "I will carry this commitment to serve this year and beyond." All members take this pledge on their first day of service or at their first day of orientation, and I want you all to specifically remember that phrase and the "and beyond" part as you move from your service to employment. AmeriCorps shouldn't end after your service year comes to a close. We all need to stay engaged. As AmeriCorps alumni, we are bound together by a common commitment to service and a desire to be active members in our communities. Here in Richmond, we are very lucky to have an active Richmond AmeriCorps alumni chapter with passionate members who organize professional development, service, and social events, which is open to all national service alumni. I encourage both current members and alumni to get connected with the AmeriCorps alumni chapter because together we can continue our commitment to service.
Concluding her remarks, talking about the alumni chapter, and of course we'll have next Vanessa Reyes come up to share that. But really quick, Vanessa, because again, today's a day of encouragement, not just go through the motion, blah, 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 and we'll leave. So the title of that little presentation was Life After what? Okay, so if you take your eraser and erase for a second AmeriCorps, you have Life After.
Yeah.
We're in a high school. All of us have been in high school, right? We can talk about life after high school. One day you will talk about life after AmeriCorps, and you'll either talk about it with energy or look back with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Oh, I should have done this. Because most of us, if not all of us, could say, man, if I knew then in high school what I know now, I would have done this, I would have done this, but you can't do it. Once it's done, it's done. Take advantage of your resources, the opportunities, the network that you have right now. Because you'll look back later and say, why didn't I take that extra step to do this and meet this person? And so we all have opportunities. And so today is a day of encouragement to go to higher ground, leveraging all that AmeriCorps and National Service offers you. Not just where you go to do your service, but also what are all the other learnings and networking to grow professionally and grow personally. Okay? Today is a day to recognize you, but not just what you do, but who you can be. So now, with that pause, please welcome Vanessa.
Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Vanessa Reyes. I have served as a VISTA and a VISTA leader right here in the city of Richmond. I'm currently working with the Virginia Mentoring Partnership as a VISTA supervisor, and I'm privileged to do so and have some of my VISTAs here that I'm very proud of. And everyone's doing great work, but I need to do a shout out to them. So like Abby said, I'm here to represent the Richmond AmeriCorps alums chapter. We formed to basically form connections between currently serving AmeriCorps members and alums who have served their country. We offer events throughout the year. There's 3 focus areas. It's social connections, professional development, and community volunteering. So to speak on the community volunteering, give you a couple examples of what we've done. Last year, we cleaned up the East End Cemetery for Martin Luther King Day. We have cleaned up Shiplock Park in Shopko Bottom for Earth Day, as well as painted walls in the street for the UCI bike race. Moving on to some of the areas that we help currently serving members with is we had a professional development panel that talked about transitioning your service into a career, where we invited currently working professionals in Richmond to talk about, and they were AmeriCorps alums, to talk about their experience and their career paths and how service translated into a career. Coming up, we're going to be working on serving on a board of directors in a nonprofit agency. We're going to have a training and panel discussion to just kind of open everybody's eyes and see how they can also get involved beyond service in that manner and connecting to something that you're passionate about, again, beyond service. And we're also going to be looking to volunteer for some park cleanups in the spring, as well as another Earth Day cleanup. So if you're interested in helping out or joining, you need to connect to me. I'm the communications chair member. Abby is also connected with our organizations. You can talk to her if you're more familiar with her as well. There's AmeriCorps chapters nationwide as well, so if you find yourself in a new location post-service, just go ahead and look it up online and connect with one of them. It's a great way to network and continue your passion. And if there isn't one, we just formed, very recently. It's been, I think, about a year and a half, and it's fairly easy to do, and we would love to help you out if you need help, if you find yourself in an area that doesn't have one. So thank you for your time, and please connect with us and join our Alum Society.
Thank you, Vanessa. And so next on the agenda is something we've already covered. That's the mayoral proclamation. Kathy, thank you once again.
Thank you, sorry, but I have.
Thank you. No, thank you for being here.
Thank you. And thank you for your volunteering.
So next we're going to have Senior Connections Choral Group come up and sing a song or two to inspire us, motivate us, encourage us.
Good morning, Richmond.
Good morning.
My name is Tony Williams, and I am very blessed to direct this group of volunteers. We are part of the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, which means we got the invitation to serve, and we RSVP'd yes. The group has been in existence. I want to speak to the sustainability of this kind of activity. This core group has been in existence since 2005, and that's been 11 years, and I can't believe 2005 was 11 years ago. Still driving the same car. But anyway, this is a group that is very passionate about serving in the community. This is a group that is very passionate about bringing live music to people who might not otherwise have access to it. But we're not completely all about serving the community. We're also about having fun ourselves. So it is truly, as Sharon Brewer, my friend, says often, a win-win. So we didn't have room for any instruments or anything, so we're just going to do off the cuff. We're going to do a couple of tunes for you. On the second tune, I will, that can be the beginning of the service project time, because I'm going to ask you to do something with this vocally. But it's really easy, and it's in English, so don't worry. Okay. How about I'll just park right here. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Let there be you, let there be me, let there be oysters under the sea, let there be waves bless me. Whenever I sleep. Sorry, excuse me. When there be cuckoos, I'm and above. But most of all, please, 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 let there be love. Because you're nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. You may be king, you may possess the world and its gold, but gold won't bring you happiness when you're growing old. The world still is the same, you'll never change it. As sure as the stars shine above, you're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody, get yourself somebody. The world remains the same, you'll never change it. Change it as sure as the stars shine above. You're nobody, 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 nobody till somebody loves you. Go out and get yourself somebody. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Somebody to love. You sang the sign down,
Got hot in here.
which makes me very proud.